Bergmann Landscape Design is the parent company, and we design, install, and maintain gardens. As part of the maintenance aspect, I learned early on, 30 years ago, that we couldn't find everything that we wanted to buy, so we decided we need to have a growing facility of sorts. It's where we house plants that are destined for a job, or holding a collection of plants that we ultimately, when we've tested them enough to know that they're hardy or durable enough for our use, then we'll offer them out to people. But it's predominantly for our specific garden maintenance or our garden installation customers. We overwinter specialty plants like tropicals or things that get better from year to year, so we don't have to start over every year, and we don't have to find it every year either, because a lot of the things that we use are unusual, or their size has become something that you just can't buy even if you had the money. And we do a lot of overwintering. There's 2.5 houses full of overwintered plants. You know, we're a professional gardening company, and one of the things that we offer is custom growing. Depending on how specific somebody wants to get, we can grow that specific coral dahlia or that heirloom tomato or whatever it is. You know, if we're given the lead time and given the authority to do it, we do it. The greenhouses are packed to the gills by the end of April, and then depending on how far away you are from the lake, that determines when you can plant. We have all of Hinsdale and Barrington finished before we even start in Lake Forest, because the lake is so mediating, and we're in a different zone really. If you have a big enough region to work in, you can find a spot to till the ground somewhere. We wish we were working in Florida this winter, because everybody needs spring desperately. I will drive up there sometimes if it's been gray and dreary, and just kind of feel the air, the humidity when you walk out of that dry winter into that tropical spring of a greenhouse. It's uplifting. The Botanic Garden is having their Antique and Garden show. I think it opens Thursday, the 10th of April. We didn't have a theme. You know, they often give us themes for our display gardens, and this year they said do what you want. So we have a ramped space between the building and the Esplanade tent, and we're outfitting it so it feels as if you're walking through a greenhouse this time of year. When you see the plants on the benches, they'll be at various stages. You'll see overwintered plants that wouldn't be cold hardy enough to be outside yet. And then at either end, it's as if you're walking through the portal of the greenhouse and exiting through the other portal. So there's spring gardens out front and out back. So it's interesting that we're talking about greenhouses, because we're genuinely simulating it for a 5-day period in April. For the first couple of years are trial, you know, to see just how the garden grows a plant, as well as how much of what we selected initially was what our client really liked. As things get bigger and better, sometimes you don't need as many of them. There's certain people, we've done the same plant in the same pot for 30 years. That's just what they want. We like working for people that love plants, you know, so we will often kind of stretch their creativity or stretch their knowledge to help them understand that if your favorite color is peach, why are we settling for orange? You know, there's a peach one, or there's a coral one. You know, sometimes people say, I don't like green, and then that's an education process, you know.